Hi, Islamic Dad here. I'm going to do a video on an issue that kind of bugs me, and it's one that has kind of cropped up in my life in a couple of ways, which I've mentioned tangentially in the past, and that's the issue of enabling or enablers. So, one of the things I want to point out is that when you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you may have friends or family that are aware of the situation and to what degree we want to call it narcissistic abuse. And there might be specific instances in which the narcissist does something. There are actions taken that are detrimental, harmful to the partner, the target. And when friends or family decide not to say anything or really stand up for the target in any fashion whatsoever, they may tell themselves, other people, and the target, and say, "Look, I'm neutral," or that's between, I don't want to get in the middle of things. That's between you and the narcissist. And I understand people saying that, but the fact is that there's no neutral when it comes to abuse. I'll just come out and say it. You either support the victim of the abuse, the survivor, and try to support them and give them resources, whatever they need. And in addition, you hold the narcissist accountable for their actions and the consequences of their actions. That's one option. The other option is, maybe you're just evil or clueless and you're friends with the narcissist, but not the target. And for whatever reason, maybe you're just uninformed or ignorant. You deliberately, you choose to take the side of the narcissist. Typically, almost like a flying monkey situation. Now, I know people are going to chime up and be like, "Oh, well, I'm neutral. I'm in the middle." And the thing is, please understand, they understand the situation completely. They're not ignorant, like say, or purposefully delusional, like say, like the flying monkeys. They do know that the narcissist is committing emotional abuse or whatever to the target. They are choosing to remain neutral. Now, let's be clear. Let's call it what it is. At that point, they are not being neutral. They are being an enabler. I'm going to say it again. There is no neutral when it comes to narcissistic abuse. If you do not stand up for the victim, you are an enabler. You are allowing the narcissist to continue the narcissistic abuse of the target. The end. I mean, there literally is no other argument to be made. You are standing by, choosing to do nothing, knowing full well what is happening. A phrase that we used to use decades ago was, at that point you are sanctioning the actions, the behavior of the narcissist. You are basically giving it a stamp that says, okay, acceptable, because you're not doing anything. And so those are the things I want to be clear about. Like, there is no neutral when it comes to narcissistic abuse. If you are a person who chooses not to become involved or do anything, you're an enabler, because you know what is happening. You know exactly what is going on, and you are enabling the abuser to continue doing this. And again, like, if you want to throw it in the whole, model of looking at things similar to addiction, it would be like the same situation if you have someone who's, like, say, addicted to heroin. And, at that point, you can either support the addict and be like, yeah, heroin addiction's awesome. I love heroin. Let's shoot up heroin together. That would be awesome fun. That's one option. The other option is, no, I don't want you to, be a heroin addict. Please check in to the methadone clinic, see some counseling to deal with these underlying problems that are driving you to seek, drugs as a coping mechanism. Please talk to addicts who have recovered, Addicts Anonymous. There are programs. What do you need from me to help support you, to kick the habit and stay clean, and those type of things. Like, that's another option. But if you have a friend or a loved one who is a heroin addict, and you just say, oh, well, that doesn't involve me, or I'm just neutral, I'm Sweden, I don't have an opinion one way or the other. And what's going on. You're giving the thumbs up to the heroin addict. You're saying, yeah, I know you're shooting up heroin. Yeah, keep going. I am not going to stop you from shooting up heroin. By my actions, I'm letting you know that I think that is 100% acceptable. I'm not going to say anything. Mum's the word. I'm not going to, no intervention, no, confrontation, no, talking, no checking in, just, shoot up. And so, I mean, to me, it's just the same. It's just basically, some people may think that they're, playing, the ostrich and just sticking their head in the sand and being like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. The thing is, it's too late. At that point, you do know what's happening, and you're making the conscious choice not to stand up for the victim. And in that case, your actions are telling the narcissist, keep going, be the abuser. And so I wanted to make this video because I see a lot of stuff, both in my personal life and honestly in the comments, that's just crap. And I'm just calling it out. If you think that you're being neutral, you're an enabler. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna say it. Deal with it. And same situation where I know that, like, especially now in 2023, there's a lot of this weird, almost like a new age selfishness. Like, somehow being selfish is good. It's healthy. I freaking hate being in this culture in 2023. And so, I just want to address, comments telling me, with respect to, the abuse that I experienced under my narcissistic abusers, that I should just drop it, that I should not hold them accountable, that I should just be all sunshine and rainbows and, read, focus on myself, burn some candles, read some good books, maybe have some tea, maybe watch the Lifetime channel or something, crochet a blanket or something. I don't freaking know. But that I should do that and just let the narcissist think that they can be abusive and that there are no consequences. And, I can't tell people what to do. If that's what you want to do, go for it. If you want to, make sure that through your actions, you let the narcissist in your life know that they can abuse you and there's no consequences, be my guest. Be my guest. See how that works for you. Burn some candles, sage your house, drink some tea, read some books, focus on self-care. Go ahead, and see how that works out for you. For me, I'm not wired that way. I believe in justice. I believe in standing up for what is right. I believe in doing the right thing. I'm Gen X. I'm an older generation. That's, we still believed in integrity and loyalty and, things like that are just completely alien to 2023. So for me, I could not look myself in the mirror if I did not stand up for what is right. And if I just let the narcissist get away with what they did scot-free, thinking that there are no consequences for doing things as abusive and frankly as illegal as they did. If you can look yourself in the mirror and let your narcissist abuse you and not stand up for yourself or stand up for what's right, fine, go ahead. Good for you. I'm not wired that way. So, I wanted to make this video to just basically call that out. There is no neutral when it comes to narcissistic abuse. And if you do not stand up for the victim, the survivor, you are an enabler. And I'm just going to call it the way I see it. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Thanks.